one dice roll, and your whole life could change. Are you ready? Sign here, here, and here. Thank you for your donation, Mr. Grudino.
I think I just got robbed. Where are my walls? Where's my couch? Where is the Gritty Story map? Well, let me explain everything from the beginning. From where I got the most illegal items you can have, to when I got the Gritty Story map deleted. So sit down, file your eviction papers, and...
Oh, and we're also taking the book.
No, not my book! Like any good story begins, it all started in a rec center. But this time, I wasn't alone. Along with my good old friend Perhaps, we were discussing something when he threw me an offer I couldn't refuse. He looked around, kind of worried, came really close to my ear, and whispered,
How about I show you something illegal?
I was perplexed at first. Not many illegal items were still around at the time. He then explained a bit more.
I've got this map that someone gave me. It's got a bunch of glitched items. How about I take you there?
You know me. How could I resist? This map was something else. There was so much unreleased and hacked in items. There was vending machines, customizable trophies, Rec Royale backpacks, Crescendo plushies, old tennis balls, unreleased rakes, fire potions, Rec Royale ammo, alongside real piles of gold and silver. Look, I don't have the map anymore, so I do with what I have. Here's the only proof I have left of this map. Here you can clearly see my character's shadow, a bit of the stunt runner Jumbotron, and the corner of a billboard. So instead, how about I show you some videos I found of it? The first one is 3 childs just exploring the map, goofing around, as childs do. And the second one is 4 players selling each item as inventions and acting as if they spawned them themselves. And I just can't skip over this video. First, the buyer is really impressed by the whole map.
Holy shit.
And then Baby Entrepreneur just tries to act all tough.
Well, I mean, this shit's pretty expensive.
To then list its price.
To buy the whole room, it's 10k.
Before Mom takes him back to reality.
Yeah, I'll go to bed in a sec.
But there is no time for bedtime when money is on the table.
Something really important.
He then tells the price of the room once again.
So basically, if you want to buy the whole room, it's 10k.
To the indifference of our protagonist, who just wants to play with a tennis ball.
I'm just confused about all this.
Baby Entrepreneur then shows another piece of a hacked-in item he imported himself.
We even hacked in these.
What?
The oblivious buyer still thinks these are the people who hacked in the items, so he asks.
Wait, do you have the Maker Pin skins?
To which the sellers just ignore the questions, still debating on who the money should go to. Our protagonist is then asked how many tokens he has,
Okay, so how many tokens you got, John Wick?
to which he answers with,
Right now, what I got is 1,000 and 100.
the villain of our story then comes back,
Yeah, Mom, I'm going to bed in a second.
which speeds up things.
Okay, bro, so you gotta kind of pick something fast.
So our buyer finally asks for the price of one item,
How much is this thing?
to which the seller answers with exactly how much our buyer has.
1,000 tokens.
How incredible. But with the payment method being too hard,
So that means you have to give Minion something 500 and me something
he stops
500.
to reflect on
It
his
don't
life.
matter what it is.
I went on a bit of a tangent, didn't I? Where were we? Yes, okay. But these aren't what we came here for. The centerpiece when you arrived were one thing and one thing only: the storefronts. And let me tell you, these were one hell of a piece. And why are they so cool?
Well, that's because you could buy stuff early with them.
Indeed, this was right before the 3rd edition of Recon. Basically, they had Storefront 1 and Storefront 2. If you spawned Storefront 1, and if the Recon Storefront booth also used Storefront 1, well, both would display the same items. And that's exactly what happened back in 2022. Items were put in a couple days before Recon released as they were setting things up, and players with these types of map had early access to a bunch of items. Or, well, 3 if you weren't rich as hell. As cool as this map was, exploring it in someone else's room isn't very interesting. And such a map could be very useful for a YouTuber such as myself. So, I asked Brab the hard-hitting question. Can I have the map? Brab thought intensively about the question, asking himself if giving a really rare map was worth it. But, look at his eyes.
Alright, I'll give you the map under one condition. If you can roll this d20 on a number you pick, you get the map. If you don't, too bad.
So if I can roll a 15 with this, do you promise you'll give me the map?
Pinky promise.
You've got a deal. And remember, this is all real, and really is how things went down. Alright, the pinky promise might have been made up, but that doesn't remove the fact that the dice roll was real. Gridino then kissed the dice for good luck, and threw it with all his might. The dice flew through the air. Brab was shaking in anticipation, while Gridino was cheering. When the dice finally landed, Brab took a peek at it. And I shit you not, the dice landed exactly on a 15. Yippee! Woohoo! Woohoo! And with this map acquired, Gridino finally had his hand on a real gem of a room. But to be honest with you guys, Gridino never really used it. He did use it for the music video contest. Do you remember the Lil Nas X music video we made? Well, hacked-in trophies were used in the background element of the scene, here and here. And fun fact, we covered the letters of each plaques because we thought mods would see that these weren't real trophies and would ban us. Even though you can't have 2 of the same trophies in one room, meaning these were 100% hacked in. Not by us, but you get what I mean. But what does this have to do with the deletion of the Gritty Story room? Well, the last Gritty Story involved a lot of share screen usage, as this was the main way of importing pictures. And as you've learned by watching the whole video, I got my share screen permissions removed. But how in the world did I record footage of me messing with a share screen then? The correct answer would be to wait for your good friend Kurt, who still has its screen sharing capabilities, to join, spawn one, and leave. But he was asleep, and I didn't want to wait a full day to record. So another option was available. Along with every glitch item, this room also had the coveted screen sharing screen I needed. So copy the room, delete everything except the screen, and record the footage. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah. As none of you know, I like when things are organized and well kept. So what I normally do for videos is that I take every room I need to record in and merge them all together into one big room. So for the Gritty Story, I had the subroom where I recorded the share screen footage and the Gritty Story background subroom all into one room. One day, Gridino was editing the latest Gritty Story about when he lost his raw data. Still can't get over that. And he had recorded all the footage he needed for the Gritty Story room. When he thought about how the ending did feel kind of rushed and not that great. So he tried to go back in to re-record it. But when he looked at his rooms, he couldn't find it anywhere. He thought that maybe he wasn't looking hard enough. So he looked again and again and still couldn't find the Gritty Story room. And while looking, he also noticed that the hacked-in item room was nowhere to be seen. So he went on RegNet to locate it with a room picture. He went to his photos, found the picture of the Gritty Story room, opened it, and the room was blank. It was official. The Gritty Story room had been deleted. And the reason why is pretty simple. They keep a history of what was inside a room. Meaning, when they detected illegal items in older saves of the screen sharing room, they deleted it along with the gritty story room, which was attached to it. The beautiful green plant. This magical candle. All gone. But this is all in the past. So I think the best way to end this gritty story is to hire a team of builders to rebuild the gritty story set. Welcome in, Koji!
But you haven't paid us yet.
they always say that. You're funny. Let's begin!
But we already finished.
What? Oh my god, it's beautiful! The chimney, my picture, the raw data helmet is even there. Oh, and my book, my beautiful book.
And the final touch. Oops.
That's it, none of you are getting paid. Get out of here. Shoot, go.
Pero
Come on, shoot.
Vaya matado, macho.
me cago en
Mierda,
todo, tío. Me
tío.
alegro de que te hayan quitado el raw data ya,
La
tío.
puta.
de verdad.
Menuda mierda.
You're also going. Come on.
Serás matado, venga ya, señor Oro.
I hope you enjoyed and hope you'll come back next time for another story in Gradino's storybook.
Hey, Gradino, you owe us money!
Esto no acaba aquí, cabrón.
¡Reventarlo! 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 ¡Reventarlo!